The new PP rework is finally being released right now, and there's loads of changes that are going to be added to the game, so let's see what are the latest changes in this rework. But before we do get started, if you do want to help me out in my journey to become the most subscribed Osu News channel by the end of the year, then please hit that sub button. We are 1k subs away. It would really be appreciated. Now, first things first is that this PP rework is going to take some time for it to be completely implemented. It is a rather long process, and it usually takes around a week or two for this to completely be implemented. Star rating recalculations need to be done, reprocessing the performance values of pretty much every single score that has been implemented into the game. That part alone will take around almost a week. Reprocessing the total PP values of all users, which will take around 12 hours. Re-enabling global rank history updates, and finally re-indexing, basically just ordering every single play by their performance value. But yeah, let's start with the actual first change into the PP rework, which is the improved relationship between performance points and star rating. Thanks to Tsunyoku, some buffs relating to AR, hidden, and OD were moved from PP algorithms into the star rating code. Since PP values are derived from star rating, it means the two are now more correlated, but note that PP values are not affected. As a side effect, turning on the hidden mod will now also affect star rating values. So yeah, just like Hard Rock also affects star rating, the hidden mod will also affect star rating now. For example, maps like Heat Up Normal, Ascension to Heaven, and Made of Fire will have slightly increased star ratings if you enable hidden on them, especially for example Heat Up Normal, which goes from 6.66 stars to 8.04 stars. The second change that a lot of people have been asking is now the slider break estimation changes. First, for some context, in Also Stable, slider breaks don't count as misses and instead award a 100 or 50 while breaking combo. As a result, the PP system can't know how many of those 100s or 50s are actually slider breaks and must estimate this value. The system only used the score's max combo for these estimations, which in some cases meant it underestimated slider break counts by over a half. The significance here is that slider breaks are penalized much like actual misses, so underestimating the amount has resulted in some Also Stable scores receiving more PP than intended. To rectify this, slider break estimation now uses the score v1 value of a score and compares it with the maximum score v1 score achievable for the map. The difference between them, along with the amount of difficult sliders present in the map, is used to deduce the slider break count more accurately. So this is essentially the change that a lot of people have been asking for CSR. Essentially, slider breaks now actually penalize a lot more than previously, and I've listed here a few scores that are getting affected by this. For example, MX PP record on Songs Compilation 6, it went from 1 estimated slider break to 4 estimated slider breaks. Same goes for Xvaxa's score on Megalomania, which goes from 1 estimated slider break to 5 estimated slider break, and same for GWB's score. The next big change is actually a precision buff. PP calculations have always had a small circle bonus, which starts at CS 5.5, adding extra reward for the difficulty required to aim at high circle sizes. This bonus used to be capped at CS 6.5, but thanks to Stanar, with adjustments from Give 1 to 0, this is no longer the case, meaning maps with high CS are buffed across the board. This change also comes with a nerf to jump patterns that travel through the central point. Examples of maps like these are essentially C-type. Maps that are buffed by this change are, for example, Driftwell City, C-type, I Am Only a Man, and Agony. Then we have some sort of a buff to rapid velocity changes. Small rapid velocity changes, examples are fast irregular jumps or cut streams, had a buff that only applied to wide angle patterns, but now due to changes from Standard, that restriction is now removed, meaning more of those types of patterns are buffed. Maps like Identity Part 4, Kodo, and also that map that I will not pronounce, it's way too long, are buffed due to this change. Afterwards, we have a removed same rhythm requirement for angle bonuses change. This is once again a change by Standard, which removed the requirement for patterns to have the same rhythm in order to award angle bonuses. This will mainly buff certain tech or DT alt maps, as they previously barred from bonus rewards due to rhythms being different between notes. Examples of maps being buffed due to this are Alternators Compilation, I Want You by Savage Garden, and Battle Against a True Hero. Now we're moving to one of the biggest changes in this rework as well, which is the hidden mod rebalance. Some changes by Give 1 to 0 were made in order to rebalance performance calculations for the hidden mod. First, hidden bonuses for maps with higher AR have been reduced. This is broken up by star rating ranges. Lower star ratings, 5 stars, can start seeing small nerfs from AR 11 and upwards, while higher star ratings, 10 stars, will start seeing nerfs from AR 10.33. This is done to avoid awarding excessive nerfs at ARs where the hidden difficulty is noticeable, whilst still ensuring overweighted ranges receive a warranted implemented nerf. Also, here are some graphs for those wondering how it looks and how it is being affected. Additionally, more nerfs have been applied to low -AR hidden plays for maps that are already buffed a lot by sliders, because sliders have increased visibility compared to hit circles. This affects maps such as A-type. Sanar also contributed a change that makes AR and hidden bonuses additive instead of multiplicative. This very slightly nerfs maps on both the high and low ends of AR, but can have more of an effect in fringe edge cases. Lastly, all these changes also apply to the traceable mod since it shares bonuses with hidden. There's also a slight nerf to the traceable mod on ARs lower than 7, as circles are always partially visible with this mod, which gives it an advantage over hidden. There's also some minor changes which you can pause and read for yourself right here, but essentially that's the entire rework, and loads of stuff have happened due to this. First things first, the most obvious one that I previously mentioned is that the 2000 PP record is no more. In fact, it goes from the #1 score in the game to the #5 score in the game, going from 2048 PP to 1807 PP. And now you might be wondering what's the new PP record now in the game since this PP rework is getting implemented. Well, the player by the name of toromivana had the most perfect timing ever to set a high PP play, because yesterday he actually managed to set a new top play on the map by the name of Humiliation Supreme. This is a map that he FC'd with DT Hard Rock, getting 97.97% accuracy, getting the #2 spot on the map, and the play is worth 1185 PP. But after the PP rework gets implemented, it will go from the #2 highest score in the game to the actual PP record, getting only nerfed by 14 PP. And if you're wondering how the play itself looks, well, yeah, just take a look at this. Then to mention, due to the entire top 50 taking advantage of that slider break not counting in scores thing, everyone, and I mean absolutely everyone that took advantage of that is losing a ton of PP, and those who haven't taken advantage of that are gaining a decent amount. We previously mentioned the player JWB and his play is getting nerfed. Well, because he took advantage of CSR's slider break problem, he is losing more than 1800 PP. But yeah, that is essentially everything that I have for this video. Do let me know what you think about this rework down in the comments below. Do you think that it's a W change or not? I would like to mention that there's also other updates that have been added to the game, specifically in the laser department, but I would suggest that you watch the actual laser update video for that. So click the video that is on screen right now if you want to know more about that. Anyways, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.